thank you for joining the Q&A session for exhibitors for the 2022 Northwest Youth Careers Expo. My name is Katrina Machoro, and I'm the Partnerships Director for Portland Workforce Alliance. So a brief overview of the Expo. This is not possible without you, so a big thank you for signing up to be a sponsor and exhibitor of the 2022 Expo. The Expo is for teens to inform and inspire them about life after high school. Some important Expo essentials are that the Expo is open on March 15th and 16th, 2022 during the school day from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. We are suggesting that exhibitors are live in their booths between 9 and 11 a.m. and 1 to 2 p.m. daily. If you can't make those hours, that is quite all right. We do suggest that you put that information in your booth description of when a booth representative will be available in the booth to chat. All of your content that you add to your booth is available for 30 days after the Expo. And so the only live days are March 15th and 16th, and students do have access to the Expo and the booth content for 30 days afterwards. Currently, as of mid-February of 2022, we have over 5,000 students registered from across 10 counties in Oregon and Southwest Washington. You should have received a setup email for your booth, and it has a unique booth setup link for your organization or employer. Please let us know if you have not received this email, and I'll put our email up in a slide shortly. Inside the Expo, there are exhibit halls where we will showcase the 80+ exhibitors from all sectors and industries, and students are able to scroll through the exhibit halls and each booth to learn more. I will also be showing you how to engage with students this year via the chat function. You can do an individual or direct message chat with a student, as well as a group chat, and then the optional Zoom meetings, which we're also calling booth talks, which I'll show you how to link those in your booth as well. So if you have not received that booth setup email, again, please contact us, and you can contact us at the email on the screen. Now let's go explore. To access the 2022 Northwest Youth Careers Expo, you will want to log in via our landing page. You would log in at pwaexpo.vfairs.com. Select Login, and then you will enter the email that you use for your booth setup. The password is what you set it as. If you added other folks to be booth representatives, their login email will be the email that you inserted, and they are able to set their own password. Now we are in the lobby of the Expo. Please note that it is currently in development and not final. You will see some of our sponsors here. These will all be clickable links where folks click on our sponsors and they will be brought to their booths inside the exhibit halls or their website. You can see that the booth is slightly interactive with little people walking around the space. Closer to the event, some of these items will be clickable, so students can refer to the Expo resource guide, which has schedules of events as well as a list of exhibitors, an info booth, and some more resources. Another way to navigate through the space is at the top in the toolbar. Students can go to exhibit halls as well as the auditorium. The auditorium is where students can watch on-demand videos as well as semi-live videos. So those videos are scheduled content where the presenter of that video is available to answer questions and answers live. Students also have the ability to add documents from your booth into their digital backpack, which they can then later save and email to themselves. Also added a leaderboard this year, where students can see where they stack up against their peers of how much they are engaging with the expo. They also have a chance through the scavenger hunt to win prizes. We are still accepting prizes for the scavenger hunt, such as $50 gift cards or other exciting items that we can send to students post-event. The information desk has what it says, information. This is where students can go to get more information on how to play the scavenger hunt, the Expo resource guide, so details of industry spotlights, exhibitor lists, as well as schedules of events and booth talks. And also, if you or attendees are having any issues with the platform itself, there is tech support with vFairs, the platform. They will be available live during the event for tech support, and all of the PWA staff is available as well. To view booths, we want to go into the exhibit halls. Please note that the exhibit halls are still under development, and so some booth placements will change closer to the event. There are 3 ways that students and attendees can view all of the booths. They can scroll through the exhibit hall by putting their mouse to either side of the screen. They can review the exhibitor's index on the bottom left-hand side and go directly to a booth from the index. Attendees can also go from booth to booth within the booth themselves. For example, we are currently in the Emmerich Construction Company booth. I can go to the next booth by clicking Next. I also can go back to the previous booth. I'll now review banner images. The banner images are what is in your booth template. Each image is uploaded in sequence and can be linked to content, or it can be static. For example, in the J.E. Dunn Construction booth, their banner images are both static and clickable. Static is when the mouse cursor is an arrow, and clickable when it turns into a hand. If we click Safety and Culture, it becomes a pop-up window about their group safety manager. Another example of clickable content in a booth is with the Oregon Laborers Apprenticeship Local 737. As you can see, as I hover over the images, many are static, but one is clickable. And it brought me to a new tab to their website. You can also add content links in the tool or content bar below your booth. We recommend adding up to 7 content links on this bar. If you add more than that, the text becomes very squished together. Now you can choose to duplicate the content links. So for example, in Oregon Laborers Apprenticeship, the banner image that was clickable brought us to their website. As you can see, they also have a content link that goes to their website that will open in a new tab. If you have a lot of HTML links that you would like to share with students, these content links in the toolbar can be unique from the content links in the banner images. That is up to you. Other areas that you will share your information about your organization or booth is via videos As you can see here, while I'm in your booth, I can view a video. I can also save it to the digital backpack and view it later. There's also a Documents tab. Here you upload documents that you would like to share with students, or they can also view in the booth, or they can save it for later in their digital backpack. Now, it is important to name your documents with your organization or company name. This is because all documents that are attached to booths get saved in the document library, which we can access in the top toolbar. It's important to have your company name because every single document that's saved to a booth will be accessed and saved here. I have mentioned booth talks. These are live Zoom meetings that you can host within your booth so any interested student can attend. We do recommend adding the Zoom meeting link to your booth description. For example, with Oregon Laborers Apprenticeship, they added their Zoom meeting link to their description. They also added the Zoom meeting link as a content link, as well as information on how to access and how often the Zoom meeting would be offered. We have sent a link out to this Google document that shows a schedule about live booth talks. Here we are suggesting that booth talks be no more than 30 minutes and be scheduled at approximately every half hour over both of the live days. Please email us with the topic or career talk title, your organization name, and contact name, and we'll add you to this schedule. This is what we will use to help promote your booth talk for you. You can also promote the booth talk within your own booth. To promote your booth talk, you want to go into the booth setup guide. You can access the booth setup through the unique booth setup link that was emailed to you. Once you click on that link, you'll be in the booth setup, and you will want to add the Zoom meeting information for your booth talk in the description of your booth. That happens in step 1, basic information. We suggest adding your unique Zoom meeting link to this area, the description of your booth. We suggest adding the date, the time, the title, and then the Zoom link. Don't forget to hit save. The description information you enter in the description box of the booth setup will appear here in the description area of your booth. Now to chat about the chat functions as an engagement option with students. To demonstrate the chat feature, I will use Test Booth A. I am logged in to the front end of the VFairs or Expo platform as a booth representative. I am currently the booth representative of Test Booth A. I can see in the lower right-hand corner a box that says Users Online. This is how I can tell if there are any students in my booth in real time. As you can see, Test Attendee 1 is in my booth right now. I can tell because the Users Online box is saying there is one user online, and I see their name here. I can directly chat with the student by selecting Chat. Once I select Chat, a pop-up window appears. This will open a direct message with Test Attendee 1. As you can see, we've been testing the chat out, and we are still fine-tuning the chat function as well. Up at the top, you will see that Test Attendee 1 is online by the green dot as well as the online indicator. So I can directly message this test attendee and it will show that one new message has been sent to test attendee. There is also an audible ping when messages are sent and received. Now, to enter the employer group chat as the booth representative or as an attendee, I would select this function in the content link toolbar, Chat. So if I select Chat, the chat pop-up window appears again, but I have been added to Test Booth A chat room. This will be more intuitive once all employers and exhibitors have been added to the Expo and named appropriately. One way to tell that you are in a group chat room versus a one-on-one or direct message with a student is reviewing the icon. The message icon indicates that it is a chat room. The person icon indicates that it is a direct message. One thing you can do in the group chat room as a booth rep is change the color of your text. So you'd go to the three dots on top of the chat room, hit select color. I'll go with blue, save. This may be handy for you to see when is the last time you wrote or responded to a question in the chat room. Another thing that you can do as a booth rep in the group chat is to create a sticky note, which is what this information is showing here. You can add this information at any time and change it at any time. Again, go to the chat room settings and select Add Sticky Note. This is a good way to add an announcement, such as when live booth talks are happening in your booth. Please note that you could be chatting in the group chat room with multiple students when there's only one visitor in your booth itself. Users or attendees can find the chat rooms via the chat widget at any point within the Expo environment. This blue chat widget is always visible. They can click on it. An attendee can join or search for chat rooms to join from the list. This list will grow as the chat rooms of exhibitors get set up, which will occur on the back end by vFairs. You do not have to do anything. Again, as the booth representative, you can see in real time who is visiting your booth by looking at the Users Online box. If there are any users or attendees in your booth, it will show the number of folks in the parentheses as visitors online. Now, attendees or students can also see if you are online. I'm going to change my view. In this view, I am logged in as an attendee, and I am Test Attendee 1, and I am in Test Booth A. As a student or an attendee, I can see that the booth rep for Test Booth A is currently online, and I too can chat with the booth rep. Thank you for attending the Q&A for exhibitors for the 2022 Northwest Youth Careers Expo. If you have additional questions or need more information, or would like to set up a one-on-one booth setup tutorial, please contact us at the email listed. Thank you.